Alright, so today we're going to go over a Mac Mini with the most common issue on a Mac Mini, destruction by the end user. So this is a connector that I would say probably half of the people that open this rip off while they're trying to put this back together, and then there's also this other one over here that's also ripped off, which is really common. So we're going to go over today putting this back on. Now one of them I'm going to have to salvage because I don't have this connector anywhere. The other one, I have one that I can kind of reuse. So this over here, let's try to get that out. This is going to be a pain in the ass. So we're going to use my tweezers that are kind of crappy to hold down the connector and try to. Yeah, this shit sucks in general. Not a fun thing to do. You may think, well, I don't know how to take this out of there properly. The thing is, I don't rip the connector off of the board, so I don't really know how to get the connector out. I don't know how to get this little plug, whatever the hell that thing is, out. It's not, I mean, not like I have practice, like I'm ripping connectors every day, because I know there's going to be a troll in there. Like, that's not the way you remove a ripped connector. A ripped plug from inside a connector. It's like... Yes, the way you remove it is by not ripping it in the first place. So, this is... There we go. I'm sorry, PC board. Forgive me. Anyway, so now we have this thing out. Okay. My air filter nice up and close. And zoom. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to take my micro pencil, which is a bit more appropriate for this, with a T30-KN tip. So it's the Hacko FM 2032 with a T30-KN tip. And let's get this going. Oh, gosh. I don't know how Jessa does this all day. It's boring. It's like everything else. It's like I know where it starts, I know what I have to do, and I know where it's gonna end. This is a yawn fest. My idea of hell would be being just like a stack of iPad digitizer connectors that I have to put back together. I mean, the same shit after the same shit after the same shit after the same shit. I mean, ugh. This is so fucking boring. Where's the fun? Where's the troubleshooting? Where's the problem solving? It's just... Yep. Reconnected. Nice and in there. Now this one. This is going to be fun. I don't have the connector. This one's fun. So what I have to do to make this work is steal it off of another board. To make this... Okay. Now the thing is, stealing the connector is a bit tricky because the connector itself is made of plastic, which is going to melt when I use the hot air on it. So what I have to do is I have to heat the board from the bottom, and I have to put flux in the top so that the solder will melt in a nice way. Now the thing is, this is going to be absolutely fucking disgusting. So if you don't have an air filter, don't even try this. It's just going to... Unless you're one of those people that doesn't give a crap about your health, because I know there's a bunch of those in this industry that would trade their health for 20 bucks that they would save on an air filter. You don't have to get my air filter. I mean, you can buy a shittier one. Anything is better than nothing. So, you gotta do this. We put it right under the board, and I just put my temperature to the highest setting. This is where the JBC really shines through compared to the Weller or the Hacko. And just the sheer power to get connectors off in this manner. How little time it takes to actually do it. Watch. Now, unfortunately, there's a capacitor under that fan connector on this board, which is, you're probably going to hear pop, sizzle, crack, and I smell it already. I have this thing on high, by the way, and it's like, you can see, this is right up on this, and it still smells like cock and balls. And I have another fume extractor in the room. Yeah, this is a fume extractor, and I have another air filter. A live air purifier. Go. Oh, God. Like, without an air filter, I would be passed out by now. A fume extractor. Like, at least this makes it fucking somewhat tolerable. One thing that I would suggest, because a lot of people are going to say, you don't need this. Real men don't use air filters when soldering and all that kind of crap. Here's what I'd recommend. I want you to, and I take 100% serious. This is really, really important. I want you to look at the personal health and well-being. This is worth putting the air filter off for. I want you to look at the personal health and well-being of the people that tell you that you're not a real man if you use an air filter. I want like how long does it take them to run a mile? Can they run 2 miles? Can they run at all? What is their personal health and fitness like? What is their diet like? Do you aspire to be in the same health as the person who's saying this shit? Because I grew up with this culture. I grew up with this whole, techs are real men, and even one of the female technicians that I had that was an influence was a lesbian, and it was like the butch lesbian type who she could probably kick the living shit out of me, but still there was this whole idea of like real men are not pansies. Real men don't care about this crap, and it's like you know what, real men can run 2 miles in under 30 minutes. So that's what I have to say about that. But anyway, back to this. So we're going to set this up. Yeah. So don't. By all means, this is like first priority. Because you can't get your health back. You can always, if you're good at this, you can always make the money back that you spent on it, but you can't buy your lungs back once they're filled with all this garbage. Oh, you can't see anything, can you? All right, so you get the... If you get good at whatever it is, if you get good at what you're doing with this air filter and the soldering equipment, dude, the money that you spent on that fume extractor will seem like nothing compared to what you made back. Like, but again, like the amount of time that you're going to spend trying to get to a point where you could run at a reasonable pace or be in any kind of decent shape, dude, it's worth a lot. Don't fuck with your body. It's the only one that you get. I guess that depends on what religion you believe in. But even then, even if you believe in the fact that you'll be reincarnated in a body that's not a piece of shit, don't you kind of want this body to not be a piece of shit while you're here? Yeah, that's not going anywhere. Using my fingernail to guide it, but I'm also making sure to not rip off any of the components that I know are near my fingernail. I'm not taking this motherboard out to ultrasonically clean it because that's a lot of work for the paltry sum that I'm getting to put this on there. I don't have the power cable. Okay, I actually have to unplug my camera in order to use this because I only have one power cable shaped like this at the store. So this is a paradox. So if I don't test that it works, you're going to troll me and say that this doesn't work. But if I do test that this works, I would have to do so off camera. So it's one of those things where, if I fix a motherboard without a recording of it, did I actually fix it at all? So so at this point, I'm kind of at a loss for what to do, because at the end of the day, I mean, I say this in every video, like, don't trust me if I stop showing you that the stuff works after I fix it. But really, they didn't send in a power cord, and I have one power cord. Every time somebody brings this, I unplug my camera because the setup for it uses this type of this, and they didn't send it with a power cord. So yeah, again, I can test it, but even if I test it, you can't see it. And if you can see me, you're not going to see that I tested it. So this is where we kind of start working on the trust in our relationship between subscriber and viewer. So that's it for today, and I hope you learned something.